So I'm going to be making this little breakfast casserole. So I just started off with putting the potato rounds. Look at that. Half a round. Not them trying to jip me. So I put the potato rounds into this little non-stick pan. I don't spray anything at the bottom because as you'll see once it's done, like the oil from the meat, it coat the bottom. But yeah, I usually use tots, but I didn't have any. I only had the rounds, and this was the end of the bag because look at the crumbles. But it was enough for what we're trying to do. So I just put this in here and set it aside and move on to the next task. So next I put 12 eggs into this bowl. I crack them, but I put the shells in a napkin, and I throw the napkin away because I like to recycle this container. So after the 12 eggs are in there, I take some Louisiana hot sauce because that's what I like, and I just dab it on in there. Oh, I ain't got no measurements, just put it to a feel, right, I guess. And then I take some black pepper and sprinkle that. With the black pepper, I usually just try to cover the top of it, so you know, looks good enough. It's good enough for me. And then I take some milk. This is 2% milk because that's what we drink here, but I'm sure you can use any milk you want. I just pour a little bit in there because it, like, you know, so you won't have to crack more than 12 eggs. It makes more eggs. Then I use a fork instead of a whisk because I don't know, I feel like you go faster with a fork instead of that whisk. So I just stir this around until all the yolks are broken up and I don't see any more milk. Like the milk is incorporated. Now it's looking like scrambled eggs. Looking ready to get scrambled. But we ain't gonna scramble them. We're just gonna leave that right there and go to the next task. This is an easy recipe. It's quick and it lasts about a week. So let's move on.
Mouse sausage.
Got that in. I put on medium heat. I just use my spatula. Break it up. Break it up. Ooh, smell good already. Raw meat. Smelling good. So yeah, I just go on and cook that down. Well, it's gonna get cooked down. It ain't there yet. But since this is mouse sausage, I just take a pinch of red pepper flakes and put it in there. Not a lot because we put hot sauce in the egg mixture. So I'm gonna go and cook this down. Then we move on to the next step. So now the meat is all done, and even though it's going in the oven, I still cook it all the way through. You can see a little grease on it. It's not too much, but we're gonna drain it off. But even when we drain it off, you'll see it still comes up in the casserole. So that's why I didn't spray anything at the bottom of that pan with the potatoes. So we're gonna drain this off, then we're gonna let it cool, because if we pour the eggs on top of this while it's hot, they'll start scrambling. And that's not what we want. Okay, so the meat is drained, and I just put it right on top of the potatoes. It took about 5 minutes to cool, and it's cool to the touch. So don't be like me, y'all. Do the meat first so it can be cooling, and then prep the other stuff, like the egg mixture. Right there. Look at that pepper. Look at that pepper. Y'all think it's gonna be hot, but it ain't gonna be hot. And so now, since everything's cool, just take them eggs and pour it right over everything. Right down on there. Looking good. Looking good. So, we almost done. Then we're gonna take some, got the sharp cheddar. Rewind. Sharp cheddar from Great Value. We're just gonna sprinkle that all over. And arm was in the way, but y'all get the drift. Sprinkle that all over. I actually prefer the block of cheese from Sam's and just shred it myself. It's just because this is just crumbling. I don't really like that. It's shredded so thin. But we get the job done 'cause that's all we getting. So I just like to cover it, all of it, and then we're gonna bake it. So after I put this on, we're gonna bake it for 45 minutes to an hour, and then we're gonna be good. We're gonna bake it on 350. 350. When y'all bake, do y'all use a timer? I try to, cause you don't wanna walk away and stuff be burning. You know what I mean? So yeah, I did not come up with this recipe. This is somebody else's recipe. I just took it and we like it, and we start using it because it's really good. So shout out to whoever came up with this. They can cook, you know what I mean? Because this turns out good. So when it's done, I'm gonna show you the final results. Y'all hear that sizzle? Don't act like you don't hear that sizzle. Y'all hear the sizzle? Here's the finished product. Yeah. This is with that cheese from Sam's. If you like yours a little browner, just broil it a little bit on the top. Yep. Looking good. Looking good. Eat you right on up. Yeah, you're tasting good. Real